Lionel Messi reaches total agreement with PSG over two-year deal. Paris Saint-Germain have reached agreement with Lionel Messi and his lawyers, with the 34-year-old expected in the French capital this afternoon. Sources at the French club confirmed Messi's lawyers had been poring over the contract proposal since Sunday, but gave it their approval this morning, and Messi will travel to Paris from his home in Barcelona. A press conference is set to take place on Wednesday at the Parc des Princes. The final points of negotiation are understood to have concerned the six-time Ballon d'Or winner's image rights, as well as the breakdown of his wages and various bonuses. France's highest tax bracket is 45%, and so Messi's gross annual salary will be in the region of €63 million, £53 million, taking his gross earnings to just over £1 million a week. The player's representatives in Barcelona had earlier moved to dispel reports that the Spanish side made a last-ditch bid to keep Messi. Sources close to negotiations have reaffirmed that Barcelona could not afford to keep Messi, even if he stayed for free, as, even without him, they are above the wage cap for La Liga this season. For that reason, they did not attempt to persuade Messi to drop his salary. Olivia Podmore's death. It's obviously something inside Green Bay Packers. Devin Funchess uses racial slur against Asians. Timeline of Team GB's proudest moments from Tokyo Olympics 2020. Man in stolen Audi is killed in crash with HGV. While fleeing cops. Tesco worker goes viral for hilarious formal resignation. Truck driver punches motorist after car cut inside turning circle. Cyclist riding four side by side. Jeremy Vine supports it, but do you? Two women kicked off plane for yelling at passengers to move seats. Hindu temple burns after 8-year-old urinates in religious school. Man reveals the newspaper clipping showing long-lost siblings. Here come the gypsies. Traveler life explored in Channel 5 doc. The Mini Moke, the cute utility vehicle without windows or doors. Messi had remained at home in Barcelona awaiting the all-clear to travel to Paris ahead of agreeing a 3-year deal. His pending arrival comes at a time when French clubs are reeling from failed TV deals, which has impacted revenue. It is hoped Messi's presence will stimulate new negotiations with interested TV companies to benefit clubs across the French league. Olivia Podmore's death. It's obviously something inside Green Bay Packers. Devin Funchess uses racial slur against Asians. Timeline of Team GB's proudest moments from Tokyo Olympics 2020. Tesco worker goes viral for hilarious formal resignation. Naked and afraid viewers spot security guard in the background. Two women kicked off plane for yelling at passengers to move seats. Woman with world's biggest mouth shows off chops spanning 2.56 inches. Man reveals the newspaper clipping showing long-lost siblings. Brit tackles crazed sword-wielding thief at petrol station. Here come the gypsies. Traveler life explored in Channel 5 doc. Sister of cancer sufferer insists laughter is the best medicine. Pig farmer kicks an animal rights activist who staged protest at Farm Lion. President Jean-Michel Aulas, talking to L'Equipe, explained how it could lead to an increase in income from Bine's overseas rights deal. He said, "If this is confirmed, it'll be fantastic for us all. For the TV rights and the general marketing value of League One, it would undeniably be a plus." Olivia Podmore's death. It's obviously something inside Green Bay Packers. Devin Funchess uses racial slur against Asians. Timeline of Team GB's proudest moments from Tokyo Olympics 2020. Man in stolen Audi is killed in crash with HGV. While fleeing cops. Tesco worker goes viral for hilarious formal resignation. Truck driver punches motorist after car cut inside turning circle. Cyclist riding four side by side. Jeremy Vine supports it, but do you? Two women kicked off plane for yelling at passengers to move seats. Hindu temple burns after 8-year-old urinates in religious school. Man reveals the newspaper clipping showing long-lost siblings. Here come the gypsies. Traveler life explored in Channel 5 doc. The Mini Moke, the cute utility vehicle without windows or doors. This time, with Messi, you can't imagine that in a transparent context the broadcasting rights sold by Vine abroad wouldn't explode. I am very confident. If this transfer goes through, with Neymar and Mbappe there, we are in a favorable position. If Qatar take the initiative to build a great team at PSG, we'll all be happy, even if it makes the competition more difficult. But you need the other clubs, at least the ones going for European places, to have the means to sign players like Messi. In that case, we would become the #1 league in Europe. For that to happen, Vine has to be positive with the international rights to develop them even further. By Kieran Jackson for Mail-in-Line. Messi's impending move to PSG still seems very hard to fathom, but wait till you see the money at play. The 34-year-old Argentine great is going to earn £25 million a year as he signs a 2-year deal at the Parc des Princes, with a deal to be officially confirmed in the coming hours. With seemingly no end to PSG's expenditure this summer, the League One club now have an astronomically high wage bill which is way out in front on a global scale. Sportsmail gives you all the figures and explains how they're outspending sporting heavyweights across a number of different sports. 5. Los Angeles Dodgers, £193 million. The highest-paid non-football sports team is MLB franchise the Dodgers, who won their first World Series in 32 years last year. Trevor Bauer earns the most, at £24.5 million, while Mookie Betts was recently handed an astonishing 12-year $365 million deal, which works out at $30.4 million, £21.9 million a year. The Dodgers are some way ahead of the second highest-paid MLB team, the New York Yankees, who have an annual payroll of £146 million. Source: Spotrac. 4. Barcelona, £195 million. This is the Messi effect. Before this summer, Barcelona actually topped this list on £238 million. But as the Catalans failed to agree a new contract for their most prized asset, their total wage bill dropped dramatically as they look to rid themselves of the astonishing levels of debt they find themselves in. Nevertheless, Antoine Griezmann is still on a yearly salary of £30.8 million, with Felipe Coutinho now the third highest earner on £21 million. New signings Sergio Aguero and Memphis Depay are reportedly on £5 million and £4.3 million a year respectively. Source: Salary Sport. 3. Manchester United, £201 million. The big money signings this summer of Jadon Sancho and Raphael Varane, whose move is not yet fully completed, sees the Red Devils third in the list of the highest wage bills of global sports teams. Sancho, signed for £73 million from Borussia Dortmund, is on £18.2 million a year, while the club's highest earner is still goalkeeper David De Gea, on £19.5 million. French defender Varane is reportedly set to earn £10.25 million per season at Old Trafford, with Paul Pogba, Edinson Cavani, Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford also all earning £10 million plus a year. Source: Spotrac. 2. Real Madrid, £212 million. The Spanish giants have seen their wage bill reduced somewhat by Sergio Ramos's departure this summer, given their former captain was on £17.5 million a year according to Salary Sport. Yet with David Alaba reportedly earning in the region of £10 million a year, Madrid still retain second spot. Their highest earner is Eden Hazard, on an annual wage of £21 million a year, while Toni Kroos, Karim Benzema and Luka Modric are all above £15 million a year too. Source: Salary Sport. 1. PSG, £256 million. It's been quite the summer for the Parisians. As well as Messi's £25 million a year deal, the League One club have splashed out on free agents Jorginho Wijnaldum, Gianluigi Donnarumma and Ramos for a reported combined annual salary outlay of £29.2 million. It means the League One club, backed by Qatari investment, now by some distance, have the highest wage bill of any sports team on the planet, at around £256 million. A huge renewal of Kylian Mbappe's contract will see that figure increase this summer too. Source: Salary Sport.